Hello YouTubers, I'm Fatah, author of Elite Stars of Ramadan, Memoirs of a Hafiz. I want to talk to you about the argument which the book outlined at the very beginning of it and why that is. First of all, there's a message that this book has and that this book carries. Of course, we know that it's a non-fiction book. But why is this book written, and what is the purpose that we're hoping that the book serves? This book has a message that we're intending to deliver. And what that message is comprised of three main elements. Number one, that the Quran is easy to memorize as long as it's oftenly recited, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. And that passage is very clearly defined inside of the Quran. So we, in chapter 4 and in chapter 5, as well as chapter 6, we give some tips on how to read easily, memorizing easily, retaining with ease. And I bring out sources from my own personal endeavors with the Quran, and with the history of those whom have mentored me and tutoring me, particularly my most recent Sheikh Hassan Abu Nar, Ustaz Abdullah Pam, and Ustaz Ahmed As-Somal. But also there is quotes from Ustaz Mustafa Sen, as well as Sheikh Hassan Saleh about recitation as well. It's there. Another very important point that I aim to get out there is that there is no way we can claim to be believers of the Quran without living with the Quran. And in order to live with the Quran, we have to not just read it during Ramadan, okay, or recite it during Ramadan, or pray with it during Ramadan, or look into its meaning and contemplate upon its wisdom during Ramadan. All these things are, of course, done mostly in our countries during Ramadan, but they should be done also after Ramadan. So the point, just circling back, is the fact that the Quran has the ultimate reward and the ultimate blessing and the ultimate everything that we seek in this life as well as in the hereafter. So we can't have it both ways. We cannot say that the Quran has it, but I have something else that I'm more focused and concentrated on. And that being the case, we have to look towards those whom witness the revelation of the Quran and those whom witness the walking Quran, the Prophet ﷺ's life, looking back at their examples. That's the second thing, that I'm mentioning, though. The second argument that is being made, that there is no way we can become successful at being elevated by the Quran, yet neglecting it after Ramadan, or just, doing what it is that we can do during Ramadan, but after Ramadan, we turn our backs on it. So that's the second point. The third very, very important point that I make is that there is no better industry, there is no better livelihood, there is no better career for a person to have than the Quran. And make no mistake about it, despite how we discourage our children and how we discourage ourselves from working in positions which elevate us by the means of the Quran, such as Quranic teachers, such as Quranic scholars, such as Quranic da'is, calling to the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is nothing better that we can be doing. And so what I do there, not only do I state that, but I go a step further and say, hey, look, there are certain ways that you can enrich your occupation as it correlates to the Quranic field. And I give those examples, I give those ideas in the book. So these are three main points that I stress, but I also give a reference as to why things should be done this way, dating all the way back to Prophet ﷺ's life. And one thing that I clearly, refute is the corporal punishment that is being meted out to the youngsters, beating them when they're learning Quran. I still ask the question as to where this came from, because we don't find it in the Sunnah. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to having the book on audio freely, as we have A Million Stars of Self-Empowerment Volume 1 on YouTube freely. So bear patience. We are in the last several days of Ramadan, so I want to encourage everybody to do that in which Prophet ﷺ used to do during the last 10 days of Ramadan. Look forward to the night of power. I discussed that. Anyhow, YouTubers, thanks for watching. Blessed Ramadan. Visit us at A Million Stars of Empowerment.com and A Million Stars of Self-Empowerment on Facebook. Like us there and comment as you will. Thank you very much. Wassalam.